I woke up before the rooster crowed. The air was too quiet. No pounding of pesos, no goats bleating. Just silence. At first, I thought maybe I was dreaming. But when I sat up, I felt it. The silence was heavy, pressing against me, making it hard to breathe. Normally, by that hour, I would hear mothers shouting at children, the thud of wood or mortar, even the sound of fire crackling from nearby kitchens. But that morning, nothing. When I stepped outside, my heart stopped. Half of our village was gone. Not burned. Not broken. Just gone. I rubbed my eyes, thinking maybe it was fog or my sight playing tricks on me. But no. Where the huts once stood, the ground was smooth, flat earth, as if nothing had ever been built there. The fence was sliced in half, like a knife had cut through it. Cooking pots, mats, even footprints, all gone. I staggered forward, my legs weak. My uncle's hut was missing. My cousins, 3 of them, gone with it. My throat tightened, but no sound came out. I ran to call my friends, Oma, Chaik, and Obi. They came rushing, their faces pale when they saw what I saw. Oma clutched her chest. "Where are they?" she whispered. Her voice cracked like she already knew the answer. No one spoke. Obi looked around, shaking his head. Chaik bent to touch the bare earth where his grandmother's hut had stood, then pulled his hand back quickly, like the soil burned. We stood together in silence, listening, waiting, hoping maybe someone would appear. But no one came. The sun climbed higher, and still the missing half of our village did not return. We decided to find out what had happened. We gathered food, tied calabashes to our backs, and carried torches for the night. No elder was there to stop us, half of them were gone too. The journey. First, we entered the forest. The path was the same, but the forest felt alive. The trees leaned over us, their branches heavy, bending low as if they were watching. The leaves rustled though the wind was still. At night, we tried to rest. We built a small fire and lay close to it, but none of us truly slept. We heard footsteps following us. Slow, dragging steps that matched our pace. Sometimes it sounded like they circled us, moving just out of sight. Whenever we turned to look, nothing was there. Only the dark, thick trees. Chaik refused to lie down. He sat awake, clutching a stick, his eyes wide. "Something is following us," he whispered. His lips trembled. None of us argued. We all felt it. Next, we reached the river. The water was low, but it was dark, almost black. The surface did not shimmer with light, it looked dead. Oma bent to scoop water with her hands. The moment she touched it, she let out a sharp cry. Her hand turned cold, like ice. The skin went pale white, drained of blood. We grabbed her and pulled her back. The color slowly returned, but Oma's teeth chattered. "It's not water," she whispered. "It's not water anymore." We dared not drink. Thirst burned our throats, but we pushed forward. The elder's tale. That night, while we sat by another wick fire, Obi broke the silence. "Do you remember the old story Elder Nedi used to tell? The one no one ever listened to?" Oma shook her head. Chaik frowned. But I remembered. Elder Nedi was the oldest man in the village. His back was bent, his eyes cloudy, but his voice was strong. He used to sit by the fire at night and speak of things that happened before our fathers were born. Most of us children would laugh at him, thinking he was just spinning tales. But one story stuck with me. He said long ago, before our village was built, another people lived here. They were proud and rich, but greedy. They wanted more land, more food, more power. One night, when the moon was high, they broke an oath with the spirits of the land. The spirits gave them a warning: every 100 seasons, half of you will belong to us. At dawn, we will come. And nothing you build, nothing you own, will protect you. The people begged, but it was too late. The curse was bound to the soil itself. When those people died out, others, our ancestors, came and built their homes here. but the curse remained, waiting. Elder Nady used to say, count the years. Watch the dawns. When the silence comes, run. None of us believed him. Until now. The fire popped loudly, making Oma jump. Her voice was barely a whisper. So, this is the 100th year. No one replied. But we all knew she was right. The caves. Finally, we reached the caves. Everyone in the village had heard of them, but no one ever entered. They gaped in the hillside like open mouths, black and waiting. The elders always warned us, stay away from the caves. That is where the old things live. Inside, the air was heavy, damp, and cold. Our footsteps echoed, bouncing back in strange whispers, like voices mocking us. On the walls, we found carvings. Circles. Lines. Faces with no eyes. Obi raised the lamp higher, and the carvings seemed to move in the flickering light. One picture made my stomach twist. It showed people standing in a line, half of them fading into the ground, their arms reaching out. Obi's voice was low, almost a breath. It's the same. Just like what happened to us. We went deeper. The cold grew sharper, and soon we could see our breath. The hairs on my arms stood straight. Then we saw them. Shadows. At first, I thought they were our own, cast by the lamp. But they moved differently. They stretched. Their arms reached toward us. Their mouths opened and closed, but no sound came out. Faces without eyes, shifting and swaying. Oma gasped. Her whole body shook. Mama, she whispered. One of the shadows looked just like her mother. The way she tied her wrapper, the curve of her head. Oma tried to run forward, but we held her. No. Chike shouted. He pulled her back with all his strength. The shadow brushed her sleeve. The cloth crumbled instantly, turning to dust. Oma screamed, falling to her knees. We dragged her away. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would burst. That's when we understood. The curse was real. The carvings had shown the truth. Every 100 years, the village must pay. Half taken at dawn, half left behind to remember. We did not wait. We turned and ran, the lamp shaking in Obi's hand. Then it slipped and shattered against the ground. Darkness swallowed the cave, and we ran blindly, the shadows stretching after us. Finally, the pale light of morning appeared ahead. We stumbled out, gasping, the air outside warm against our frozen skin. Behind us, the shadows melted back into the dark. The sun rose, birds sang, the world looked normal again. But our village was still half gone. We never told the others who remained. Who would believe us? To them, it was just a tragedy, a mystery they would never solve. But the four of us know the truth. Since that day, I do not sleep before dawn. I sit awake, watching, listening to the silence. Because I know, when the time comes again, I might be one of the ones who vanish.